Hi guys, welcome back. Day 2 of Encore After School Program, the at-home edition. All right, pull out your binders, and I want you to take out Infinite Chocolate Bar. Sounds delicious. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 papers that go with that. And once you get to the thing that says Terrific Tanagram Teasers, stop, don't take that out. Just take these out. You're gonna need you should have a black marker. Mine's blue, but you should have a black one. Couple of index cards. Ruler. Yours might be shorter than mine, but you should have a ruler. Pair of scissors. And you will need a glass of water. Has to be glass. And it has to be a clear glass or a smooth glass. I tried this with a glass that has ripples on it, and it didn't work. So you have to have a smooth glass of water. All right, so if you need to, you can pause this. Make sure you have all your supplies before we start. All right, so I'm gonna assume that you paused, you came back, and you have everything ready. First thing we're gonna do is we're going to take, this is a chocolate bar. Sorry to disappoint. It's only paper, I know, but we're gonna pretend that it's our chocolate bar. First thing we're going to do is we're going to count how many squares there are going up here, okay? So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So there's 24 squares going up, which is vertical, all right? Now, if you wanted to do it an easy way, you can see that there's 4 squares in each big square. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big squares. 6 times 4 is 24. So that's a faster way to do it if you didn't want to count by ones. All right, so you can see it says right here, cut this diagonal line first. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to cut directly on the dotted line as best you can. And if you need help cutting, just ask a family member, whoever's nearby. They can help you cut if you need help. All right? We're going to take this piece that we cut off, the bottom piece, and just put it off to the side. All right? Then we're going to cut this top piece on all the dotted lines. Okay? You can do that any way you like. And I'll show you what you're going to end up with. So I'm going to start by cutting the sides all around. And notice, I'm turning the paper, not my scissors. I'm not doing this and then trying to go like this. This is the safe way to use scissors. You turn your paper, not your scissors. Keep your scissors always going straight. Okay, so I've got that all cut around, so it looks like I have to cut here and then here, all right? So I'll do that long line first. Now I have this piece, and then I'm going to cut the top. All right, so if you have to pause to catch up, so when you're done, you should have this bottom piece. Should have this piece, taller piece, and then this one little rectangular piece. Okay, go ahead and pause and make sure that you have all those pieces. All right, so I'm going to put this together. I'm going to put this piece over here, and then I'm going to put this piece here. Now I have a chocolate bar with one piece left over. How in the world did that happen? Let's look over here. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Huh. Interesting. How did that happen? How could we have taken a piece away, but we still have a rectangle? Here's your little piece. How did this happen? Well, let's look. How many squares are in our little piece? Well, we have 3 by 4, which 3 times 4 is 12, but we can count them out if we want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right? So let's look back down at our so-called candy bar. This fourth row, 1, 2, 3, this fourth row here only has 1, 2, 3 instead of the 4. So cutting that out and then rearranging, because this is how we cut it out. Okay, so we could have put it back together like that, but we didn't. We can put it together like this, and it looks exactly the same, except for that fourth row only has 9 pieces in it rather than the 12. So next time you get a candy bar, no, I'm just kidding. I don't want you to cheat anybody and take a piece out and never mind. Forget I even said that. Don't even want you to do that. Okay, so it's pretty interesting how we can take a rectangle, cut a piece out, and still create another rectangle. All right, so the next thing I want to do is let's take our water. All right, we have our glass of water. Take one of your index cards. One of your index cards. And I want you to draw just a small arrow. Don't make it any bigger than the width of your glass. All right, so my glass is not very long, so I'm going to make a small arrow in the middle of my paper. Kind of thick so I can see it really well. You can do the same on yours. Again, don't make it any wider than your glass. I'm going to pull it back, and it should reverse and point to the right, because what happens is the water makes a refraction, and refraction is the bending of light. So when the light travels through the water, it bends, so the rays pop out shining toward a single point, and that's called the focal point. And any images on the other side of the focal point, like in this case, it's going to be through the water, will be reversed. It looks like it's reversed to us. You can keep trying that with your water and see how it works for you. Pull out your paper that says to see or not to see. So you're going to need your index card, and you're going to need your marker. So first of all, have you ever heard of the word blind spot? That's kind of like when your eyes don't see something. Sometimes you're driving and people say, oh, I didn't see you. You were in my blind spot. Well, it's a spot in the air where your eye can't see anything. So there's one spot in the middle of your eyeball where there's no cones or there's no rods that helps you to see, and that's the part of your eye that picks up light. So everyone has a blind spot. Some people's blind spots are a little bit bigger than others, but everybody has a blind spot because there's that one part of the eye where there's no cones and there's no rods, and that's what collects the light. So take your index card, put an X on the right side. So if you're right with your right hand, that would be your right side. If you write with your left hand, you're going to want to put it on the opposite side. Put it right on the edge of your index card, kind of like that. All right, then on the other side, on the edge, put a circle about the size of a penny. Mine's probably a little bit bigger than a penny, but kind of like that. Okay? Now, this is your experiment. I'm going to do it, I'm going to demonstrate, and then I want you to pause and try it a couple of times, all right? So hold your index card with your arm straight out, your index card at the end of your arm. Obviously, you're holding it with your hand, so it'll be at the end of your arm. Right? Okay, so close your right eye, or put your hand over it if you can't close it. Close your right eye. With your left eye, just look at the X. Okay, keep your head straight, and just with your eye, look at the X. You should be able to see the X and the circle at the same time. If your right eye is closed and you're looking at the X off to the side, you should be able to see that circle. Now slowly move the card until you can't see the circle. See, I didn't move mine very far at all. That's my blind spot right there. I can't see the circle. Now if I continue to move it closer, now I can see the circle. So my blind spot is right there. Not very far. So you give it a try. Go ahead, pause your video. Okay, now this time, I want you to close your left eye, and I can't do that without holding. So I'm just going to put my hand over my eye. Do the same thing. Hold the card out. Look at the circle with your right eye. You should be able to see the X. Now slowly move the card till you can't see the X. Right there is my blind spot. Move it closer. Whoa. There we go. Now I can see the X. Now my blind spot with my right eye is a longer distance than my other eye. That's an interesting thing. Let me see. I'm going to try that again. I'm looking at the circle with my right eye. I'm moving the card slowly. The X disappears. I'm going to move it until the X comes back into... There it is. There's the X. Wow. With the other side, I want to do that again. That's kind of weird. I'm looking at the X. Can't see the circle. Now I can see the circle. So I feel like I don't know which one is better. If that makes a difference, means it better or it's not better, I don't know. So you can keep trying that. You can use different shapes. You can make them bigger, smaller, see if it makes a difference. Okay? Okay, so the last thing for today, take the paper that looks like this, kind of like a starburst. All right, you're going to need that, a pencil, and your ruler. And it says right at the top, draw a straight line from point A to point B. So I'm taking my ruler, drawing a straight line from A to B, lining it up the best I can. A to B. And then from point C to point D. C to D. How do they look? It looks like that's really far away now, doesn't it? And this is much closer. Turn your paper over. Draw a straight line from point A to point B. Then draw another from point C to point D. Okay, let's do that again. That's what we just did, but I guess we're doing it again. Draw a straight line from A to B. And then from C to D. Now, which line, A to B or C to D, which one looks longer to you? Make a guess. You think it's this one or this one? I think it's the same. Well, my videographer obviously thinks it's the same, but looking at it, doesn't it look like this is further away? So I would guess this one, but now we're going to measure it and see that it is. You can do centimeters if you like, but I'm an inch person, so this one's 2 inches. And this one is 2 inches. The videographer was correct. They're exactly the same. It's an optical illusion. Okay, now, here we go again. Draw a straight line from point A to point B. Straight line, point A to point B. Okay, they're not going to trick me again. If they ask me which one's longer, I'm going to know. Draw a straight line from B to C. Okay, you keeping up with me? Now, which line looks longer? Ha ha! You're not going to trick me twice. They're the same. That's my guess. Ready? Let's measure them. This one is, about 3 inches. This one is, about 3 inches. They didn't trick me that time. But this one does look longer, doesn't it? Because it looks like it's covering more of an area, but it isn't. All right. So that's what we have for today. And go ahead and read through your things and try some new things. We didn't do the thing on the back of to see or not to see. So if you want to read through that and do that, it shows you another thing that you can do to see about your blind spot. But that's up to you if you want to do that. All right. See you back next time. Peace out.